Okay, Form 2 boys, welcome you back to the second video of chapter 11.1. Now today we are going to look at the textbook from page 8 to page 10. Now for the 3 pages, we are just going to answer one question. The question is printed on your textbook page 8. What is the climatic pattern of the world? Now so let's have a revision. Last time we talked about the term climate. I hope you still remember the meaning of climate is a word showing the long-term record of the atmosphere. Right? And how long should it be? It should be at least 30 years. And of course, if the record is longer than 30 years, maybe 100 years, the better. Because the longer the record, it shows more precise and more accurate, figure for the climate. And also for climate, of course, it has a list of elements. 氣候因子, right? 氣候因子. But in geography, or in this chapter, we are going to look at the 2 most important elements. Do you still remember what are they? First of all, when we look at the climatic graph, this graph shows you about information starting from January, February until the end of the year, maybe November and December. Right? So on the left hand side, it is the temperature of a place in degrees Celsius. Right hand side, rainfall in mm. Right? Now, so the 2 most important elements will be the temperature of a place and the rainfall. So today we are talking about the global temperature pattern in number 1. And on page 10, number 2, the second part of this video is the global precipitation pattern. So first of all, for the global temperature pattern. Now, this diagram is showing what we call an isotherm. When you look at the meaning of isotherm, is 等溫線. That means throughout the whole map of the world, we have a different yellow or orange color lines, and the line have some value, -15, -10, and then 0, 5, 10, and up to 30 or 25. Now that means for the orange line, every places, connected by individual orange line, they are sharing the same temperature, right? So, for example, in Hong Kong is someplace near here, Now, so it is between 20 and 25. So, can you guess the temperature for Hong Kong? Now, it should be about half of 20, between 20 and 25. It should be, we can say, Hong Kong is about 23 or 22 degrees Celsius, in terms of any temperature. And then we have 3 places in the map. One is A in Africa. City B is in middle of Asia, and C is in Greenland, a highlighted region. So the answer for this diagram is number 1. In which respective region, low, mid, or high latitude region, 緯度區, do place A, B, and C lie? A, in Africa, we say this is at the low latitude region, 低緯度地帶. B, in the middle of Asia, is at mid latitude region, 中緯度地區. C, in Greenland, it is lying in the high latitude region. And then what are the respective any mean surface temperature for the 3 places? For A, when we move around the orange line here, we can see the value of 30. That means A, the temperature is about 30 degrees Celsius. B, we cannot find the value, but when we moving along the orange line to the right hand side, we can see the figure 15. And then for C, once again, we have to move towards the left hand side until we reach a figure as -5. So we can answer here. The temperature for A would be 30 degrees Celsius. Place B, the average temperature would be 15 degrees Celsius. And the last one for C, it has the lowest temperature, -5 degrees Celsius. So what conclusion can you give by this diagram? Number 1, the air temperature of the world is going to decrease with increased altitude. That means for low latitude region, for the tropical region, we have a high temperature. So for the tropical region, let's have a revision. Tropical region, 熱帶地區 that means places between Tropic of Cancer 北回歸線 that is 23.5 degrees north. And then another line is Tropic of Capricorn 南回歸線 that is 23.5 degrees south. So any places lying between these two lines we call tropical region. They should have a higher temperature, right? Now, for the second part of this principle, high latitude regions between 66.5 degrees south to the South Pole or 66.5 degrees north to the North Pole, we call the polar region. They should be very cold, okay? But other than the latitude, there should be other factors controlling the temperature of a place. There should be totally 6. Number 1, land and sea. That means whether the place is near to the seashore or is in the inland. Number 2 is about wind. Okay, whether the wind is coming from the sea or the wind is coming from the land. Number 3, ocean currents. Number 4, cloud cover. Number 5, altitude. That means 高度, altitude, right? Altitude. That means the place is near the mean sea level, or should it be located at the mountain peak? The last one is aspect. Now, aspect I would like to explain it to you. Now, aspect. Supposing we are locating in a mountain. This is a mountain at the northern hemisphere, 北半球, and at a high latitude, maybe in Italy, maybe in Switzerland, or in Germany. Now, this is the sun. Okay, the sun. When the sun is shining to the place, this is the south-facing slope. South-facing slope. Okay? Now, the south-facing slope of this mountain should receive more sunlight, so it should be a higher temperature, right? But for the next opposite part, this is a north-facing slope. But because this is north-facing, so the sunshine will not be intensive, okay, on this side. So it should have a lower temperature. So this is what we call the influence of aspect. Bohrherm. For the aspect impact, the south-facing part should receive a higher temperature than the north-facing part, right? Okay, now this is the part about the global temperature distribution. And the second part is about global precipitation pattern. So what's the precipitation? It is about 降水. It means rain plus snow, okay, plus hail, 冰雹, plus slip. You learned it in the last chapter, okay? So this is different kinds of precipitation. Now, so for the general principle for precipitation in the whole world, we have 3 principles, 1, 2, and 3. The first one, inland areas are usually drier than coastal region. But when we look back to the comparison between Guangzhou, the rainfall amount, and the rainfall amount in Hong Kong, we can show the differences in here. But because Hong Kong's location is nearer to the sea, and the Hong Kong island is being covered, okay, is an island, so it is much nearer to the sea than Guangzhou. So the rainfall amount in every year, Guangzhou should receive less amount because of the inland location. But Hong Kong It's not the same. Hong Kong should receive much more rainfall than Guangzhou because Hong Kong is nearer to the sea. So the principle number one is inland region. For example, Guangzhou should receive low rainfall than the coastal city like Hong Kong. But because the inland region are far away from the sea, when the west onshore wind, for example, the monsoon wind in summer in southern China, is bringing the moisture to the place. When the west wind is reaching the inland, the moisture is being lost and the wind is becoming dry. It's difficult for the place to form and rain. Number two, like this one, okay, like the northern part of the polar region, they have the yellow color. Yellow color, that means they have received very low amount of rainfall. Also for number two, places near the polar region, they are dry. Number three, areas around the equator, should receive much higher amount of rainfall every year. So for the free circle, number 3, 3 and 3 here, we call them the tropical rainforest region. They have the blue color. So the blue color meaning that they are receiving more than 2,000 mm of rainfall every year. So number one, the red arrow showing that the rainfall amount is decreasing from the blue color near the coast to the yellow and green color in inland. So the principle one. And number two, the polar region in Northern America, in Northern Asia, they have a yellow color or the green color, showing that they receive low rainfall. And the last principle is the three circle here, showing that the rainforest region near the equator, they receive the greatest amount of rainfall, more than 2,000 mm rainfall. So this was the last part of the global climate change about temperature and rainfall. And next time we're going to talk about is the global climate. That means is the global temperature and the global precision. Are they changing? Okay, see you next time.